This is a quick overview of Module 1. I want to welcome you to our literature course and just take you through very briefly the assignments for the week 1. You'll see here we have an introduction to the course, a little bit of overview, and we will be focusing this week on culture and identity. Here we have the reading and the resources, and I encourage you to read all of these 4 short pieces. They're all excellent and very different in their own way. They're quite provocative, and I think you'll find that each one has some relevance to some things that we all experience in our life. Please be sure to watch this video as well. It's really very helpful. After that, we have 2 graded items for week 1. And the first is a discussion about literature and you. And it's both an introduction, introduce yourself, but it's also a chance for us all to kind of share where we are in our reading world. And of course, in a literature course, we're going to read. And in college, generally, there's a lot of reading to be done. Hopefully, you'll be able to embrace that. And we want to have some idea where you are and who you are. So we're asking you to discuss a piece of literature, a poem, a novel, a short story, or an article that has resonated for you, that really has stayed with you, something that may be memorable. So we're asking please to share that, the author, and let us know if you think perhaps someone would enjoy it. I want to call your attention to the discussion rubric and to rubrics every week, as this is how you are assessed. We take a look at the rubric, and here are the instructions. There's a few things that are being assessed. Comprehension develops an initial post with organized, clear point of view using rich and significant details. And assessing that, I look to see if you have really embraced the prompt. 1 or 2 or 3 sentences probably just doesn't give us a full picture. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how perhaps, Harry Potter, or perhaps, a Stephen King novel, or maybe, a memoir that's stuck with you and why you remember it and why you still feel it's valid. Give us a little synopsis if you can. Tell us a little bit about it so that the other students who may not have read it can have a little bit of understanding of the piece you're sharing with them. And then in your response, ask some questions and keep the discussion moving. So that's the first graded item. The second is our journal. And in the journal, we're going to free write on one of those 4 pieces that you choose. And here we want you to discuss your thoughts on the basic themes or meanings. And we have a glossary in the class. The theme is the general focus of the piece. What is the overarching idea? And then describe connection between that text and another piece of literature or an experience in your life. So maybe when you read all 4, you'll see a connection between 2 of the pieces, or maybe you'll read about about the bridegroom and have some relationship, an experience that is meaningful and reminds you of some of that story. And then be sure to include 1 example from the text to support your ideas. And then again, let's just take a quick look at the rubric. Did you include the theme? Why did the author write this? And then describe a connection between the text and perhaps a piece of literature or perhaps a personal experience. And then quote the source, give us an example. And then finally, the grammar and mechanics of your writing. So that is week 1, and it is not a heavy load, but it is a good step forward into our journey into literature, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. So, welcome, and let's get started.